Bianca Censori isn't very censored, but neither is Kanye West. Let's look at these toxic red flags in the relationship, which may mean big trouble. An extreme power imbalance. Kanye West is a public figure known for his musical talent, but also for his increasingly erratic behavior and controversial statements. Now, his public persona has become synonymous with instability and an excessive need for control. Bianca Censori, on the other hand, is a relatively private figure who has been thrust into the spotlight by her association with West. This power imbalance, where one partner, wields significant influence and public attention, is often the first red flag in a potentially unhealthy dynamic. Kanye West's history, of erratic behavior and mental health struggles is well documented. His struggles with bipolar disorder have led to numerous public outbursts, hospitalizations, and concerns about his overall well-being. This raises questions about whether he is emotionally equipped to be in a healthy, stable, long-term relationship. Furthermore, Bianca Censori's relatively unknown status before her relationship with West has led some to speculate that she may be seeking fame and fortune through her association with him. This power imbalance can create a very toxic relationship, with West potentially holding more control and influence. Another red flag is the pace in which they progressed in their relationship, as well as isolation concerns. Reports suggest the relationship between West and Censori progressed at an extremely rapid pace, culminating in a reported marriage shortly after Censori began working for West's Yeezy brand. Now, while quick relationships, are inherently negative, a whirlwind romance coupled with a sudden, drastic change in lifestyle can be a tactic used by controlling individuals to quickly establish dominance and isolate their partner from their support system. Has Censori, maintained close contact with friends and family? Has she been given the space and time to truly assess the relationship at her own pace? These are important questions to consider, and according to sources close to her, she doesn't have much, if any, contact at all with her old friends and family. West was first spotted dining with Censori in January of 2023. Now, that same month, they were seen spending time with his daughter North, and on another occasion, they were both seen and photographed holding hands as they headed into a hotel. A shock to literally almost everyone. It turns out that they had secretly wed in December, now, which is, prior to them even going public with their relationship. Another big red flag is control and transformation. West has a history of dictating the appearance and behavior of his partners. We've seen this pattern emerge again with Censori. Reports and images circulating in the media often portray Censori in clothing chosen and styled by West, sometimes in ways that raise concerns about her independence and comfort. It's also noted that once she started dating West, she dramatically changed her hair, cutting it all off and dyeing it like bleach blonde, now, which was, a very stark contrast to the long brown locks she had before. Some people assumed it's because she didn't want to be compared to Kim Kardashian, which is fair, but others have said that that's not the case at all, and it's just simply another control move by Kanye. This raises questions about agency. Is Censori, choosing these expressions for herself, or is she being molded into a specific image dictated by West? A healthy relationship celebrates individuality, not conformity. It seems like every single time I've seen her, she's like half clothed or basically not clothed at all, or wearing something extremely revealing. Does she not get cold? I'm not the only one asking that, and honestly, I'm not even trying to be funny when I ask that. I genuinely want to know if she gets cold or not. She was literally the talk of the 2025 Grammys that just happened because on the red carpet, she wore the most daring outfit. She first appeared in an oversized coat that, draped heavily over her frame, and later removed it to reveal an incredibly sheer dress that left her chest and other private parts completely exposed. This was not the first time, Censori appeared this way in public, though. Since the pair got together, Censori has appeared consistently in the tabloids in various levels of exposure, as well as engaged in what appears to be indecent public behavior, raising questions about what exactly the couple is going for and how much agency Censori has in putting her entire body on display. Apparently, and according to a source, West actually whispered to her in her ear, "Make a scene," right before she dropped her coat, bearing it all. I don't know, it's giving control and humiliation, and quite frankly, it's above me now. But Betsy Chung, who's a relationship therapist from Canada, told DailyMail.com that giving up parts of your personal identity during a relationship is really dangerous. She said, because couples spend so much time together, it's not entirely uncommon for them to influence each other. They might begin to dress alike, eat similar foods, and enjoy the same activities, which can be a healthy sign, that the couple has a unique identity that bonds them. However, it can be a major red flag of controlling behavior if the influence seems one-sided and results in one partner completely giving up parts of their personal identity. She added that it's even more problematic if someone shows a pattern of this behavior across multiple relationships, like Kanye has. She continued to say, in healthy relationships, admiration should be mutual, where both parties feel loved and accepted for who they are authentically. And when it comes to, fashion, that might, look like having, a bias for particular trends, but accepting that there also is value in the way your partner chooses to present themselves is important. There are many reasons, individuals may attempt to exert control over their partner's appearances. Some examples may be having an inflated sense of self and believing, that their perspectives are just superior, having a need to control people's perception of them, expecting their partners to be an accessory to supporting, that desired image, and inability to deal with uncertainty and feeling the need to control every little detail of their lives in order to feel that things are going well for them. I feel like all of this just kind of summed up Kanye, right? Lack of privacy and public humiliation. Now, the constant media attention surrounding West and Sensori's relationship raises serious concerns about privacy. Their every move is scrutinized and dissected, which can be, incredibly stressful and damaging to any relationship. Furthermore, West's past public statements and social media activities, sometimes, targeting those close to him, create an environment where Sensori may feel constantly vulnerable to public humiliation or scrutiny. Additionally, West's previous relationships have been marked by intense media scrutiny, possessiveness, and controlling behavior. His marriage to Kim Kardashian was particularly notable for its dramatic highs and lows, including, West's public outbursts and accusations of emotional control. This pattern of behavior raises concerns about whether West is even capable of being in a healthy, respectful relationship. Another red flag is the significant age gap between West and Sensori. West is 47, while Sensori is 30, and she just turned 30, a difference of nearly 2 decades. And they started dating, though, when she was like 28, and I think he was 45. Now, that age gap can create a very unequal dynamic and differences in just life experience, potentially leading to a very unhealthy relationship. It's alleged that Sensori actually dropped out of the University of Melbourne in Australia, which is where she's from, after the rapper slid into her DMs. A friend of hers said Yee slid into her DMs, found her on Instagram, and said, "Come and work for me." And that's when she allegedly just dropped out. This same friend actually even said she's not even sure if Bianca's even a real architect. She also said that Bianca was not a fan of Kanye's music, at all. And according to multiple sources, Kim Kardashian was never a fan of Bianca and thought their marriage was just a publicity stunt. She was also concerned that if it was real, that would mean that Bianca would be around her children. And despite Kim's, skepticism, Sensori quickly immersed herself into the role of stepmom. Now, what's really crazy is that it's alleged that back in November of 2023, Sensori's friends apparently staged an intervention, urging her to wake up after she had gone, home to Australia. Now, a source said she knows that she has shut out those close to her, and she is also starting to see through the smoky mirrors of her marriage. Now, in July of 2024, 8 of West's former employees filed a lawsuit against him, alleging a hostile work environment and unpaid wages. But in the suit, Sensori was actually accused of sending adult content to a Yeezy employee. She has denied the allegations, of course, and West's former chief of staff said, "I've been authorized by Bianca to stress that any allegation that she showed or caused to be shown material to minors is offensive, disgusting, and categorically false." So who knows? Aside from all of these red flags, let's not forget that he once got mad at Kim for her clothing choices or lack thereof, and is doing the exact opposite with Bianca. He also made Bianca, delete all of her social media accounts, and she was extremely active before even meeting him. So these are all alarming, and honestly, I feel like we will all day one get to watch, a surviving Kanye West documentary. But until then, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But what do you guys think? Stockholm Syndrome or happy wife, happy life? Let me know your thoughts. I'm your host,